If I was to call you up today and tell you that I could save you $168, would you want to do it? Would you want to find out more? Hey, everybody, Mike Baltazar here. Thank you so much for checking out Taco Tuesday. Taco is an acronym for Trust Me at All Times. No, I'm just kidding. It's the truth always comes out. But this is a real life story, a real life scenario that I'm going to share with you today. And I want to spin it off of our talk from last week, which was the hidden cost of safe decisions. How many of us know that sometimes we feel really safe by doing nothing, and we think that we're not making a decision, but not making a decision is actually a decision. And the example I'm going to share today is of a couple that I had helped in 2024. We had got them a great price on a house with their realtor, and I did, and we were able to get them into the best rate possible at that time. Obviously, in 2024, rates were kind of rough, and so we got them into a great rate of 6.625%, with the idea that when rates drop, we'll let you know. And so I called them in August of last year, offered them a rate of 6.125, which was going to save them $168 per month, and they declined the offer. Now, I don't force anyone to do anything. They can live with their own life decisions. I'm just here to help if they want me to. And they said, you know what, we want to wait till it goes down to, the savings go up to $400 per month, which is fine. I did let them know, I did explain to them that, hey, you can refinance again. But of course, they wanted to wait. Now, the question that a lot of people ask, in this case, they did not ask. And so I did try to help them to inform them of that, but they were just locked in, hard set on wanting to save $400 per month. And we're going to elaborate on that here in a moment. But just so that you know, when does it make sense? And you have to look at when can you recuperate the costs of the transaction. And essentially all that you do is you take whatever the costs are divided by the monthly savings, and that's what we call the break-even point. And a nice rule of thumb is to have that happen within 24 months. I particularly like to keep it under 18 months, and I would venture to say that more than half of my clients recoup their costs within 12 months. So be sure to be getting the right quote from the right sources, right? Another thing that ties into everything, and we're going to elaborate on this later, is how long are you going to be in the home? Obviously, if the break-even point is occurring at 18 months, but you think you might sell your home or relocate, the next 6 to 12 months, then you probably don't want to take advantage of that. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're thinking about being in the home long-term, then maybe think about some sort of term savings. Instead of taking advantage of a lower monthly payment, just keep on paying what you're paying now and pay off the home quicker. Helps you to retire sooner. And in this particular case, let me go back to it real quick. In this particular case, the savings was $168 a month. And the thing that's baffling about this particular scenario is that the costs were zero. The lender that we were going to be using was going to be picking up all of the cost of the transaction. So they were going to be able to be saving from day one. The break-even point was as soon as they signed the paperwork. They didn't have to wait 18 months or 24 months or 12 months. It was instantaneous, which makes you wonder why they wanted to wait. And that's what this slide's all about here is the costs were zero. They wanted to wait. And you fast forward 6 months to this recording. We recorded this March 3rd, 2026. Those 6 months of savings would have been over $1,000, and you're basically saving, or they would have been saving $1,000 every 6 months, essentially. And this is what we call the cash flow savings. And obviously, for a lot of people, this is a no-brainer. It's like, sign me up. And you'd be surprised how many people actually qualify for a low-cost or no-cost refinance. You don't know if you don't ask. And so I just want to put that out there in case you need to know. Let me know. I'm happy to check that out for you. But more importantly, here's an example of someone that was playing it safe and not doing anything at all. all the while, this particular couple, they have two young kids at home. They're two little ones at home. Kids are not cheap. And so another thing that's happened is their property taxes went up since we actually a couple times since we did their 2024 transaction. And so the cost of that home is going up. Even though their payment's fixed, the taxes and insurance, that varies. And in their cases, both have been going up. So you would have thought that they would have wanted to offset those increases by that 168 per month savings, but they didn't. They're playing it safe. And this is where playing it safe is actually costing them every single month. It's actually already cost them over $1,000 over the last 6 months, which is sad. Next week, what I want to talk about and elaborate more on is term savings. Because there's a difference between term savings and cash flow savings. Cash flow savings we covered today. That's that monthly payment savings. And I dropped a little hint as far as what term savings are. And so we're going to elaborate that next week. And then also just talk about like when and how to decide what's going to be the best option for you. The truth always comes out and the numbers never lie. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining today. And until next week, have a fantastic day and week, and God bless.